So with every lesson topic, usually I give you like just a little heads up about the topic in some way. This one's letting you know that it was the first topic that I recommend for Dance Ninjas. It really focuses on the mindset, which it's so important, the mindset, because you can't really do things with your body if your mind is working against you. Or let's say it's much harder to do things with your body when your mind's working against you. And so I talk about this lesson is all about making you exceptional and using and working on your mindset and working on how to have amazing dances. And this goes into things that you do while you're dancing, while you're taking classes, while you're teaching classes, and even while you're living your life. The next thing that you'll see is that there's an optimum learning strategy emails, and you can click on this and it will add you to the emails that come out. I think there are 2 per week, maybe 3 per week. It depends on the lesson plan, but it basically tells you what steps to take every day of the week, and then you take those steps before the next email comes. And then you take the next steps in those emails before the next one comes. And it's usually a 4-week program to improve in that topic. And you can start it and stop it whenever you want just by clicking this link here. We'll start it, and then later you can click a link in the email, I think, to stop it, or maybe even in this area, it'll show area where you can stop them. Anyway, then there's a class. So you can see this is a class, and there's like 2 topics. And actually, this is just a portion of the class that deals with the question, what makes a dance amazing? And then there's a little secret experiment that we run. And here's some instructions on the experiment, because you don't want to know, depending on whether you're a lead or a follow, you're not going to want to know all the instructions. You're going to want to know some of them. And this video doesn't tell you any of them because they're written on a piece of paper and I give them to different people. So you get your instructions, and then you can come back to this and actually just, or not this, sorry, you can come to this. This is where they're doing the experiment. And if you have a couple dance partners, you can do this experiment while they're doing it. And change partners when I tell you to change partners and all that kind of stuff. It does, this lesson or this experiment does work best when you have multiple people doing it. So you would want to get a group of at least 4 of you, and the more the better. And then this is revealing the experiment. Whether you do the experiment or not, this is super valuable because it really shows you kind of the inner workings of people's minds and how they're holding themselves back from having amazing dances. And then we go into reframing and talking about how to improve our mindsets just by reframing the way we think about dance. And these are the written notes that you can get on it. It's currently actually being turned into a 19-page ebook, which you can access for free. And then we have extreme practice drills, and these are awesome. Extreme practice drills are basically, instead of redoing the entire lesson that's 60 minutes, or even instead of just practicing it while you're dancing, which usually means you only, like if you dance for 5 minutes, you're probably only going to practice it a few times during that 5 minutes, or maybe half the time at best, right? Whereas this is a way to practice it 100% of the time, or as close to 100% of the time as possible, so that you really get hyper-focused attention. I think, like, usually if you do one extreme practice drill, 10 minutes worth of a practice drill, that's usually worth about at least 1 full hour of a class, and sometimes up to 10 or even 100 hours of classes, depending on how the class was taught. And I talk about that elsewhere, why that is, but they're really super powerful. They might not seem like anything special. They're really simple, but they are really powerful because of how intensely focused you are for that 5 to 10 minutes that you're working on. Then I've got bonus material, which can include other classes where I talk about a similar topic, but maybe adjust the way I talk about it. These are some intermediate classes where I do recommend that you probably watch the videos above first, but then jump into these. Technically, you don't have to do the videos above first, but it is helpful. There's a quick trick right here. There's a coaching call where we talk about that. We talk about some other stuff, but we talk about this topic. And then there's comments that people have asked questions or they shared their results, and you can go in and add your own comments. I highly recommend adding comments because the more involved you are, even if you you know, just add a comment. That's so much more valuable than if you just keep this to yourself and never share something. So get active, share your ahas, ask questions, and use this feedback bar, and you will improve your dancing way more than if you just watch the videos or just do the drills or things like that.